No mobile phones because there were never in those days.
Pronounced by society.
Artificially creating hells amid the civilization of Earth.
And adding the element of human fate to divine destiny.
So long as the three great problems of the century, the degradation of man through pauperism,
the corruption of woman through hunger,
the crippling of children through lack of light, are unsolved.
So long as social asphyxia is possible in any part of the world. In other words,
so long as poverty and ignorance shall exist on Earth,
stories of the nature of the one you are about to witness cannot fail to be relevant.
Prisoner 24601. On the 22nd of April 1796, at the age of 25, you were condemned to 5 years in the galleys. Your parole begins today, the 17th of October 1815. You have your yellow ticket of leave.
So at last, I am free.
No, you're on parole and always will be. You're a thief.
I stole a loaf of bread to save my sister's child who was close to death from starvation.
So by your own admission then, you are a thief.
I was given 5 years for my crime, yet I have served 19.
Your 4 attempted escapes extended your sentence.
I only stole to try and save a life, as God is my witness.
God will judge you in death. Javert will watch you in life. Break another law or break your parole and I will fine you. Remember this, 24601.
My name is Jean Valjean.
Jean Valjean was born in Faverolles in 1771. He lost his parents to illness and accident at an early age.
He was brought up by his sister and lived with her and her 7 children.
The youngest child was ill and starving to death.
Despite working hard, he could not earn enough money to help feed the family he lived with.
One day, desperate and at the end of his tether, Jean Valjean stole the bread and was arrested.
Due to his immediate trial and imprisonment, Jean Valjean never knew what became of his sister.
Or of her children. Did they survive? And if so, how many of them? And for how long?
Jean Valjean entered the galleys sobbing and shuddering. He emerged impassive.
What had taken place in that soul over the course of his 19-year ordeal?
Yes, what is it you want?
My name is Jean Valjean. I am a convict. I was liberated 4 days ago and I'm on my way to Pontarlier. I have been walking for 4 days since I left Toulon. Here is my yellow passport, which I had shown at the town hall, which is a condition of my parole. I have money, 109 francs 15 sous. I will pay for food and lodging.
Madame Magua, set a place at the table, please. And will you also put some clean white sheets in the bed on the alcove?
Professor Marius. Yes, of course.
Did you not hear? I am a galley slave, a convict. That is my yellow passport. It serves to expel me from every place I go. Now, sir, you may send me away.
Not at all, sir. Please do come in. It is very cold out there.
Marielle, what are you doing?
Mademoiselle Baptiste, will you please fetch a blanket for our guests?
Yeah, are you quite sure?
Am I quite sure about what?
Of course, Marielle. One blanket is coming.
Thank you. Please, Sit down and warm yourself. You will sup in a moment, and while you're supping, your bed will be prepared.
Really? You're going to keep me? A convict? A galley slave? Oh, it is 19 years since I have slept in a mattress with bed and sheets. You are good people. Besides, I have money. 109 francs, 15 sous. I will pay you well. You are an innkeeper, are you not?
Thank you. I am not an innkeeper. I am just a priest.
A priest?
Here.
A priest, so you are not going to demand any money of me?
No. Keep your money. How much did you say you had? 109 francs, what?
And 15 sous.
109 francs, 15 sous. How long did it take you to earn that?
19 years.
19.
Sir, you receive me into your house. You offer me shelter, bed, and food. Yet I have not concealed from you who and what I am.
You could not help but tell me who you were. This is not my house. It is the house of Jesus Christ. Everything here is yours. Need you got to tell me your name. I already knew it.
Really? You knew what I was called?
Yes. You are called my brother. You've been to a very sad place. Listen, brother. There will be more joy in heaven over the tear-drenched face of a repentant sinner than over the white robes of 100 just men. We thank you, Lord, for this meal and for shelter and warmth. Amen.
Monsieur, I cannot tell you how good this tastes.
Madame Magloire, it strikes me there is something missing from this table. The silver candlesticks.
The silver candlesticks? Good father, but I will fetch them right away, Monseigneur.
So this is far too good for me.
Jean Valjean. Madame Magloire will conduct you to your room after you finish your food and wine. There you can rest and revive your suffering body.
Thank you, sir. I'm in your debt.
Not at all. Now, if you will excuse me, it's late and I would like to retire. May you pass a good night. Tomorrow morning, before you leave, you should have some warm milk from our cows.
Thank you, kind sir. Thank you.
Monseigneur! Monseigneur! Does your grace know where the silver is?
No, I do not know where the silver is.
Oh, great good God! It has been stolen! That man who was here last night, he has stolen it!
You see, Myriel, you are far too trusting.
Magloire, my dear sister, in the first place, was that silver ours?
Oh, but Monseigneur!
For too long I have detained that silver wrongfully. It belongs to the poor. Who was that man? A poor man, evidently.
It's not for my sake, I protest, but for the sake of Monseigneur.
With no forks or spoons, how shall you eat?
Why, with wooden spoons, of course, Mademoiselle Baptiste.
We have little that is ours as it is. The silver was...
Come in.
Monseigneur?
Monseigneur?
Silence, convict! He is Monseigneur the Bishop Myriel. Bienvenue!
Ah, Jean. Very glad to see you again. This morning, you left in such a hurry. You forgot that I gave you the candlesticks too, which are of silver, like the rest, and for which you can certainly get 200 francs.
Monseigneur. So what this man said is true then? We came across him earlier, moving like a man running away. We stopped him to look into the matter, and he had this sack full of silver.
And he told you that it was given to him by a fine old fellow, the priest with whom he spent the night. I see how the matter stands. You brought him back here as a thief. Well, it was a mistake. But thank you for your good duty, officers. You may go about your business.
Thank you, Monseigneur. That will be all.
Good day to you, and may God be with you. Jean Valjean, remember, you must use this silver to become become an honest man.
But, Monseigneur, I do not understand.
Even after all these years, you still have the ability to amaze and to humble me. Myriel, I am truly ashamed of myself.
My dear sister, do not chastise yourself. Jean Valjean, my brother, we no longer belong to evil, but to good. It's your soul that I buy from you. I withdraw it from black thoughts and the spirit of perdition. I give it to God.
There was a sort of cook shop kept by some people named Thénardier, husband and wife.
During their tawdry and dishonest lives, they had a total of 5 children.
2 of which they sold for the most terrible of motives.
Because I have no need for a litter of squalling brats.
We shall learn of the lives of the remaining 3 as our story unfolds.
But first we shall learn how the Thénardiers came to foster a young girl named Cosette in the summer of 1820.
You have 2 beautiful daughters there, madame. Children are such a delight, are they not?
Ain't they just? My name's Madame Thénardier. My husband and I keep this inn. Can I interest you in some food and lodgings, lady?
No, I am fine, thank you. My child seems to be playing so nicely there with yours. It's amazing how quickly young children make new friends, is it not?
Indeed, yes. Tell me, what's the name of your little one?
Cosette. She is 5 years old now.
That's the same age as my eldest, Elzelma.
Please, madame, may I ask of you a favour? Will you keep my child for me? You see, I cannot take my daughter to the country to seek work with a child. One can find no situation. It was a good God that caused me to pass your inn. And when I caught sight of your little ones playing so nicely, I said to myself, here is a good mother. And she has 2 little girls. That'll be just the thing. That will make 3 sisters. Please, will you keep my child for me? I will pay you 6 francs a month.
No less than 7 francs, 6 months paid in advance. 6 times 7 makes 42.
This is my husband. Be nice.
Yes, of course, I will pay it.
Plus 15 francs for preliminary expenses.
That makes 57 francs.
Yes, I will give it. I have 80 francs. That will leave me just enough to reach the country by travelling on foot.
The little one has another outfit?
Yes, it is here in my bag.
You may give my wife the outfit and me the money.
May the good Lord bless you both. I cannot thank you enough. I will go and say goodbye to her. Thank you again. Cosette!
Her name was Fantine, and she had never known father or mother. At the age of 10,
She went into service with some farmers, and at 15,
She came to Paris to seek her fortune. Fantine was beautiful.
And remained pure as long as she could. She had gold and pearls.
Her gold was on her head, and her pearls were in her mouth. She worked hard for her living.
She loved a man named Felix Tholomyès, but he soon betrayed her and deserted her.
Fantine then discovered she was with child, and at the age of 20,
in May of 1815, she gave birth to a daughter, and she named her Cosette.
The little girl became the world to Fantine. Every day they spent together was a blessing from God.
In the year 1820, after leaving Cosette with the Thénardiers, Fantine found work in a glass factory run by a Monsieur Madeleine in the town of Montreuil-sur-Mer.
sure we've got room in the factory for another employee, sir?
As you well know, Foreman, I offer employment to everyone in the town who seeks it, so long as they are honest and follow the way of the Lord. You may inform him he may start on Monday and will be paid the usual rate.
Very good, sir. You have a letter, sir. It was delivered earlier today.
Thank you, Foreman. You are dismissed. Dear Bishop Bienvenu, may you rest in peace. I thank you once again for your kindness and humility.
Excuse me, sir. There's a policeman asking to see you.
Very well, show him up.
Good morning to you, Monsieur le Maire. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Officer Javert. I've recently been the beneficiary of a promotion and have been posted to this town.
Then I both welcome and congratulate you. Was there a particular matter pertaining to your visit?
No, I came simply out of respect, courtesy, and of course, duty. I've been informed that you've been a resident of the town for some 5 years now. An exceptionally prosperous 5 years too. Thriving glass-turning business and recently elected mayor of the town.
I've worked exceptionally hard those 5 years and created much employment for the town. I feel no guilt about my prosperity.
Nor should you, Monsieur le Maire. Please forgive me if I implied otherwise.
Not at all. Inspector, if there was nothing else you wish to discuss, I would ask you to excuse me. I have just received some grave news and there are matters I must attend to as a result.
I'm sorry to hear of your grievous news, Monsieur. Whatever the matter, please accept my condolences. I shall not take up any more of it.
Monsieur le Maire, there's a man trapped under a cart on the road outside the factory. I think he's pushed your face in the road.
Quickly, show me!
Help! Some help!
Quickly, there are jack screws to be had!
I won't say what he's no good. It'll take a quarter of an hour.
We'll be dead in 5 minutes! To ahead! Somebody help me with this!
It is not the will that is lacking, it is the strength. A man would have to be incredibly strong in order to...
5 minutes of breaking! Somebody help me, please!
Get him out! Come it up! I leave the factory in your hands in my absence.
Very good, sir. You can rely on me.
I'm sure I can. I will return within the week.
Fantine! Here now, if you don't mind.
Yes, sir?
It seems you're not very popular with your fellow workers, Fantine.
I can't imagine why, sir. I keep myself to myself. I work hard. I arrive on time each day. What on earth could I have done to offend any of them? I am no trouble.
The contents of this letter say otherwise.
How did you get that? Give me that back. That is my personal property.
So you've got some little brat somewhere, have you, eh?
Please, give me back my letter.
Sir?
Sir?
You're disrupting harmony on the factory floor, my girl. I have little choice but to turn you out.
Oh, no, sir, you cannot do that. I need this money and this job to pay for my child.
But I may be open to persuasion.
Oh, thank you, sir.
Oh, don't thank me yet. It all depends on how cooperative you're going to be, doesn't it?
Just tell me what you want me to do and I will do it. Only please do not make me lose my position here, sir.
Do I really have to spell it out for you, Fantine?
No, no, I will not do that.
Fine. Would I say I didn't give you a chance? You're out, my girl.
No, you cannot do that. I wish to speak to Monsieur Madeleine.
He is now called Monsieur le Maire.
Monsieur le Maire, yes, I must speak with him.
He's gone away and left me in charge. It is my duty to see that this place runs smoothly whilst he's gone.
No.
So get on your way now!
You can't do that.
Send this letter to Fantine. I've asked her for more clothes for Cosette.
For Cosette, are we really going to give him to that little brat?
Of course not, imbecile.
What splendid hair you have, lady.
How much will you give me for it?
10 francs.
Cut it off. My child will no longer be cold. I will have clothed her with my hair.
Come on then, girl. Follow me.
Look, she sent this dress to Cosette. You look lovely on Eponine, don't you?
Lovely, my dear. What should we write to ask for this time? Money for more food?
No, we need something more pressing, more grey. Give me that. Cosette is ill with a miliary fever, F1. Expensive drugs are ruining us. If you do not send 40 francs before the week is out, the little one will be dead.
Soon I will have my Cosette with me. £40. Where do they think I am to get that? 40 francs.
You have beautiful teeth, girl. If you were to sell me some of your teeth, I would pay you handsomely.
Pull out my teeth. Why, I should look horrible. My hair will grow again, but my teeth. Excuse me, what is miliary fever? Do you know?
Yes, it's a disease.
Does it require many drugs?
Indeed, yes. It's a malady one gets without knowing how.
Then it attacks children.
Children in particular.
Do people die of it?
They may.
My child will not die of that frightful malady for lack of succour. Sir, you said you would give me money for some of my teeth.
I did. Will you sell them to me then?
Yes. I will do it for my darling Cosette. She's ill.
After my workshop, where we can exchange some teeth for money.
Fantine, you have not sent the agreed monthly payment and we still need more money for further medicine for Cosette.
How much we ask for this time?
I don't think 50 francs is unreasonable.
A nice round figure indeed.
Here, I suggest you drink some brandy. It'll help numb the pain.
I do not drink.
Then you'll have all the pain with no relief, my girl. I suggest you drink some.
Very well. £50. Why, that is impossible. I have nothing left to sell. What can I do?
You can always sell your body, my dear. Pretty face, nice body. You do well.
Sell my body. That is a deplorable suggestion. I will not sink to such depths. No.
Your rent is due, Fantine. You will pay me the 10 francs you owe me this week, or you'll be out on your ear!
Please, landlord, give me some more time. I am trying to make the money, but I have to send what I make for my daughter, Cosette.
That is no concern of mine. You will pay me the rent, or you will sleep on the street.
Is there no kindness left in the world?
I tell you, sell your flesh. You could make all you need in the space of a week.
No, I will not shame my daughter by doing that.
Oh, your daughter won't know if she's far away.
No, I will not slump after that. I still have a shred of pride left.
Oh, but you don't have a shred of money, do you, my girl?
No hair. My teeth. No bed, no food. Will no one take pity on me?
I tell you, sell your flesh. It's all you've got left to trade.
I'm taking it out for 10 francs.
For my darling Cosette. I will do it for my darling Cosette.
The money you sent is still not enough, Fantine. Your daughter is costing us dear. You must send us another 100 francs, or we will have no choice but to turn her out of doors.
Here's something new. How much, whore?
10 francs a man. 10 francs a man.
This way, whore.
Another 50 francs, Fantine. Otherwise your daughter will starve and freeze.
How ugly you are.
You owe me 10 francs rent, Fantine.
Out of my sight, whore.
You must settle your account, woman.
Oh, you smell of drink.
The winter is setting in, Fantine. We need another 20 francs.
Who would want an ugly whore like you, eh?
Cosette will soon be cold with no clothes, Fantine. Send us the money.
The winter is setting in, Fantine. We need another 20 francs.
Another
The winter is setting in, Fantine. We need another 20 francs. The winter is setting in, Fantine. We need another 20 francs. The winter is setting in, Fantine. We need another 20 francs. The winter is setting in.
You are guilty of assaulting a Monsieur Bamatabois, a respectable gentleman of the town. He's given us a sworn statement. You're to have 6 months.
6 months in prison. Oh no, I swear to you by the good gods that I am not to blame. That gentleman, the bourgeois, he was abusing me. Is there not someone who saw this and can tell you this is true? I have to send 100 francs for my little...
Have you entirely finished? You're to have 6 months of it. Now march.
One moment, if you please.
Monsieur le Maire!
I so it is you, Monsieur le Maire.
Inspector, you will set this woman at liberty.
Pardon me, Monsieur le Maire, but have you entirely lost control of your senses?
Inspector Javert, you will set this woman at liberty.
That monster of a mayor. He is the cause of it all. Just imagine, Monsieur Javert. I was turned out of his factory because of a pack of rascally women who gossip in the workroom. If that is not a horror, what is? Then I could no longer earn enough. And all this misery followed.
How much was it you said you owed? 100 francs, was it?
Was I talking to you? I am not afraid of you.
Sergeant, will you see that this jade is taken to a cell?
One moment, Sergeant. Inspector Javert, you will release this woman from your custody.
Monsieur le Maire, this cannot be. This miserable wretch has insulted a citizen.
Inspector, this is the true state of the case. I was passing through the town square just as you were leading this poor woman away. I made inquiries and learned everything. It was the townsman who was at fault and who should have been arrested for abusing and assaulting this woman.
Then this wretch has just insulted Monsieur le Maire by spitting at him.
That is my insult. It belongs to me and I can do what I please about it.
Forgive me, Monsieur le Maire, the insult was not to him, but to the law.
Inspector Javert, the highest law is conscience. I have heard this woman and I know what I am doing.
And I, Monsieur le Maire, cannot believe what I see.
Then content yourself with obeying.
I am obeying my duty, and my duty demands that this woman serve 6 months in prison.
Heed this well. She will not serve a single day.
But Monsieur le Maire...
Enough, Inspector! Not another word. Please leave the room. was ignorant of the fact you had been turned from my factory. Listen, I will pay all of your debts, and I undertake the care of you and your child. You shall be happy once more.
Oh, kind sir.
Some ninny has taken a liking to the mother and wants to get the child back. The little lark Cosette's going to turn into a milk cow if we play it right way.
Good thinking. Let's draw him up a bill for 500 odd francs for apothecary, food, clothes, and sundry expenses. Let's see how badly he wants the child back.
Absolutely, my dear. Monsieur le Maire, Inspector Javert to see you.
Very well, send him up. Yes, what is the matter, Javert?
Monsieur le Maire, a culpable act has been committed. An agent of the authorities has acted out of respect and in the gravest manner towards a magistrate. I am here to bring the matter to your knowledge, as it is my duty to do.
Who is the agent?
I, sir.
You?
Yes, sir, I.
And who is the magistrate who has reason to complain of the agent?
You are, Monsieur le Maire. I've come to ask that you instigate the authorities to dismiss me. Handing in my resignation will not suffice, as it is honourable. I have failed in my duty, and I must be turned out.
I do not understand.
You will understand, Monsieur le Maire. Following the consequences of the scene over that woman, I was furious, and I informed against you.
Informed against me as a magistrate who had encroached on the province of the police?
As an ex-convict.
What?
I thought it was so. I'd had an idea for a long time. A physical resemblance. Your unusual strength, as demonstrated by the incident with the man under the cart. Anyway, at all events, I took you for a certain Jean Valjean, a convict when I was adjutant on guard in Toulon. 8 years ago, this Valjean robbed the bishop, then broke his parole and disappeared. I thought you were he. Wrath compelled me, and I informed against you to the prefecture of police in Paris.
And what reply did you receive?
That I was mad. And they were right, for the real Jean Valjean has since been found.
Found, you say?
Yes, he was recognized by another ex-convict. I've been summoned to give my testimony tomorrow, and I set out tonight.
What will become of this man?
Well, he has his previous conviction against him, so he's no longer a few days in prison. It will be the galleys for life.
How long will the case last?
A day at the most. I shall go tomorrow to give my deposition, and then I shall return before the sentence is given out.
Very well. You may go, Inspector.
Forgive me, Monsieur le Maire, but I am to remind you that you are to dismiss me.
Jack, you are a man of honour. You exaggerate your fault. I wish you to retain your post.
Monsieur le Maire, I have denounced you as a convict. You, a respectable man, a mayor, a magistrate. Now, if I were not severe against myself, then all the justice that I have imposed would become injustice. The good of the service demands an example. I simply require the discharge of Inspector Javert.
We shall see. Good day, Inspector. My dear Bishop Bienvenu, what am I to do now? What am I to do?
Monsieur Madeleine, where is he? Why does he not come?
He's occupied with matters of business. He will return shortly. Have no fear.
Monsieur le Maire has gone away. Oh, he has gone to get Cosette. Oh, how good Monsieur le Maire is to go. He will be here tomorrow, will he not? Tomorrow will be a festival day.
Now that find you're happy, mind me, and do not talk too much.
She will be able to sleep beside me in a little bed, will she not? See, there's just the room. And when I cannot sleep at night, I will be able to hear her sleep. Her little gentle breathing will do me good.
Try to rest, Fantine.
How is she doing, sister?
Not too bad just now, but she has been very uneasy recently. She's been quite unwell. But yesterday, during the doctor's visit, she seemed certain that you were away searching for her daughter and would be returning with her today. This seemed to lift her spirits to such an extent that her fever eased and her overall condition improved. But now she will see you and she won't see the child. What do we say to her, monsieur?
God will inspire us, sister.
Monsieur le Maire, we cannot tell a lie. Is Monsieur le Maire not intending to have a daughter brought back to them?
Yes, but I'm afraid it will take 2 to 3 days at the very least.
Monsieur le Maire, is that you?
I will leave you two together. Call for me if you need anything to talk to you.
Thank you, sister. Fantine.
Did you have a pleasant trip, Monsieur le Maire? Did those Thénardiers keep her clean? Have they fed her? Oh, if only you knew how much I have suffered putting such questions to myself during all my time of wretchedness. Do you think I'm pretty, Monsieur le Maire?
Fantine, Cosette is well, and she is indeed pretty. But you must calm yourself.
Are those Thénardiers prosperous? That inn of theirs is a sort of cook shop, is it not? Oh, wait. I hear her. I hear her. My Cosette. We shall have a little garden the very first thing. My daughter will play in the garden. She will know her letters by this time. And I will help her to spell. She will run on the grass after butterflies. Then in 5 years' time, she will take her first communion. She will wear a white veil and open work stockings. She will look like a little woman.
God, Fantine, what ails you?
The order of arrest, signed by the district attorney, is couched in these words. Inspector Javert is to apprehend Monsieur Madeleine, Mayor of Montreuil-sur-Mer, who, in today's session of the court, entered by his own volition and stated the following. I wish to be recognized as the liberated convict Jean Valjean. The man you have in custody, claiming to go by the name of Champmathieu, is indeed who he says he is, and must be released immediately. I shall withdraw, since you do not arrest me. I have many things to do. Inspector Javert knows where I am to be found, and can have me arrested whenever he likes.
Monsieur Madeleine.
I know what you want, Javert!
Inspector Javert, be quick about it!
Monsieur le Maire!
There is no Monsieur le Maire here!
Javert, I should like a word or two alone with you.
Say it aloud. People are used to talking aloud to me.
But you alone should hear it.
What does that matter to me? I shall not listen.
Grant me 3 days of grace in which to fetch the child of this poor woman.
Ha! You are making sport of me. I did not think you such a fool. You ask for 3 days' grace so you can run away. You claim it is to rescue the child of this woman. Oh, that's capital, it really is.
Monsieur Madeleine.
And there's another name, Monsieur Madeleine. I tell you, there is no Monsieur Madeleine, there is no Monsieur le Maire. There is a thief, a brigand, and a convict known as Jean Valjean. And I have him in my grasp.
Fantine. Fantine. What is it? Fantine.
Cosette. Cosette.
Fantine. Fantine. Fantine, no. God, no. Oh, God, no, Fantine. No. have murdered this woman!
I'm not here to listen to argument. Let's have an end to this.
I advise you not to disturb me at this moment.
Monsieur le Maire, I thought you were...
In prison. I was, sister. I saw a chance to escape and I took it.
Surely they'll come looking for you.
Indeed, sister, so I ask you one favour. I ask you to keep a keen ear for any sound
He must be here! Find him!
How are you going to escape? There's only one way out.
I do not know, sister.
Quickly! This way!
Hide in the shadows, quickly. Hide.
Who is in this room? Open or I will enter. Forgive me, sister. Sister, are you alone in this room?
Yes, I am.
Forgive me if I persist. It is my duty. We are looking for a certain man. He has escaped. It is that Jean Valjean. You have not seen him?
No, I have not. Now will you please permit me to return to my prayers?
Forgive me, sister.
Oh, sainted sister. May this lie be counted to your credit in paradise.
Monsieur le Maire, I have never told a lie in my life. May the Lord forgive us our sins. I've done a wrong thing, but for the right reason.
Bless you, sister. As for Fantine,
We all have a mother, the earth. Rest assured, Monsieur le Maire, Fantine will be returned to that mother with all due respect and ceremony. I will see to it. Please, take care of her child for her.
you can be assured of that, sister. And once again, my unending thanks.
It was a very simple funeral for Fantine.
And reduced to that strictly necessary form known as the pauper's grave.
Fantine was buried in the shade in the poor corner of the cemetery.
Which belongs to anybody and everybody.
And where the poor are lost.
And where only God knows where to find the soul again.
Hello, little one. It looks like what you are carrying is very heavy for you.
Yes, it is, sir.
Would you allow me to carry it for you? Have you come from far like this?
From the spring forest.
How old are you, little one?
8, sir.
8? And who sent you with this out to get water from the forest?
It was Madame Thenardier. She's an addict. She keeps the inn.
The inn? What is your name?
Cosette.
Cosette. Well, Cosette, I'm going to stay at the inn tonight. Would you be good enough to show me the way?
Yes, of course I can. Will you let me take my mother now?
Why?
If Madame sees that someone is carried at home, she will beat me.
You took your time, you little wretch. The hussy's clearly been amusing herself.
Madame, here's a gentleman who wants lodging.
Come in, good sir. Oh, sorry, we have no room left. Give me that mic.
Put me where you like. In the attic, in the stable. I will pay as though I occupied a room.
That will cost you 40 sous.
40 sous is normally 20 sous.
It's 40 in his case. I don't lodge poor folk for less. By the way, where's that bread?
Madame, the baker's shop was shut.
I'll find out tomorrow whether that's true. In the meantime, give me back my 15 sous piece. Have you lost it? Or do you mean to rob me of it?
Madame! Please. I think I've just noticed something roll aside from this little one's apron pocket. Perhaps it's your 15 sous piece. Yes. Here you are.
Yes. That's it. And you, don't let this happen again. Now go tend to your sewing! Can I interest you in some supper?
Madame, she has fetched the water from the forest as you asked. Why not let her play?
She works since she eats. I don't feed her to do nothing. And besides, she's making my darling daughter Eponine some stockings, who's practically barefoot just now. Well, almost. Eponine, what do you want?
Some water for me and Zelma. I'm thirsty. Is she back yet?
Yes, my sweet, there she is. Now go and see if Zelma's feeling any better.
Madame, how much will those stockings be worth when she's finished them?
Ooh, 30 sous at least.
Would you sell them to me for 5 francs?
5 francs?
Yes, if such is your fancy. You'll be allowed to have those stockings for 5 francs. You must pay up now, though.
There, Cosette. Now I own your work. You may play.
Is it true, Madame? May I play?
Play.
Thank you, Madame. Thank you, sir.
Am I to assume this child is not yours?
No, she's a beggar who we took in through charity 3 years ago. We have written in vain to her natural mother with no reply. Must be that she's dead. Oh well, her mother didn't amount to much. She abandoned her child.
I see.
I can't tell you, boy! Can't tell you! What's going on, Eponine? What's going on? I'm on the Is that right? Did you touch her door? Oh, you stop the noise. If I had my way, you'd be out in the street and make no mistake about it.
Madame! Excuse me. This, my child, is for you.
Well, Cosette, the gentleman's given you a doll. Take it. It's yours, me little love.
Is it true? Is the lady mine? I should call her Catherine.
That's not fair, Mother. I want that content with what's yours and there's the end to it.
Play, Cosette, play.
Now go play with what's yours out!
But it's not fair! I want you to! I want you to!
Oh, the old beast. What fire has he got in his belly to come in here and upset us like this? To want that monster to play. To give away 40-franc dolls when I could sell them for 40 sous.
It amuses you to have the little one work. It amuses him to have her play. The gentleman can do what he likes when he pays for it.
I'm going to bed. Do as you like! Is Monsieur leaving us already?
Yes, madame, I'm going. How much do I owe you? Madame, is business good here in Montfermeil?
Oh no, sir. Times are so hard. We have so many expenses. And Cosette, see, well, she's crossing herself very eyes. Cosette the lark, as she's called hereabouts. Yeah, we've got so much going out and so little coming in. And then there's me daughters, Elzelma and Eppenung, and my son Gavroche, but heaven knows where he is. He ran off, you see. So I've got no need to care for other people's children as well as my own.
What if someone were to rid you of Cosette?
So I'll pray daily that will happen.
Very well, I will.
What? You mean immediately?
Immediately. Call the child. In the meantime, I will pay you what I owe you. 23 francs?
23 pounds! Monsieur also owes 26 sous for his chamber and 6 sous for his supper. As for the child, I'll discuss that matter with Monsieur. Leave us, wife. Sir, you understand, one does not simply give away one's child to a passerby just like that. But suppose I were to make a personal sacrifice. I should like to know where she was going and with whom. I should like to see
Monsieur,
her.
if I take Cosette away, that will be the end of the matter. You will not know my name, you will not know my address. And it is my intention that Cosette never set eyes on you or your wife again, so long as she lives. Does that suit you, yes or no?
Sir, allow me to be honest. I'm in need of 1,500 francs.
I see. Call for Cosette.
Oh, wife of mine, bring our darling little Cosette out here, would you?
Here she is, husband.
Cosette, you're to go with this nice man. Be good, and don't cause him any trouble, all right?
Come, Cosette. We are to leave this place. You are to stay with me now.
Can I bring Catherine along with me?
You can indeed. Monsieur, Madame, I do not believe we shall meet again. Thank you for your hospitality. Come, Cosette.
1,500 francs, eh?
Yes, my dear. Full 1,500 francs.
Is that all?
In Paris, we are to make a new life for ourselves. However, in order to do so, there is one man we must avoid. Now, whatever happens, I
We've had
must...
several descriptions of a man matching that of Valjean being seen in these parts with a young girl. The innkeepers in Montfermeil claimed he abducted the girl from them, another crime to add to a growing list. The Rue Droit-Mur is guarded, as is the Rue Petit-Picpus because of the convent there. I'll wager he's in a blind alley. Report anything and everything to me. I shall not yield until he is found. About your task, men.
This place is out of bounds to you. You must not be here.
Sir, you can earn 100 francs if you will grant us shelter here for one night.
Madeline? Is that you? God, it is you. Who are you? You don't recognize me? You saved my life, sir.
Monsieur Fauchelevent, you were trapped under the cart.
Yes, Father Madeline.
What is this bell you wear?
Oh, there are only nuns in this place, and many young girls. The bell gives them warning. When I come, they go. Oh, it's a pleasure to see you again. But how did you get in? I mean, no matter if you're a saint, you're a man as well. And no man but me may enter the Rue Depicts convent.
I would explain all to you, Father. However, is there somewhere we can go, somewhere quiet?
Yes, I have an isolated hovel yonder, behind the ruins of the old convent. The nuns never come near.
I must ask two things of you first, Father Fauchelevent. Firstly, you must not tell anyone here what you know of me. Secondly, you must not try to find out anything more.
Agreed. You have always been a man after the good God's heart. I'm at your service.
Thank you, Father Fauchelevent. Lead the way. Come, Cosette, come.
First thing, Father, you must not leave this chamber, either you or the girl. One step into the garden by either of you, and we're done for.
Understood.
This cottage is in the niche of the wall. It cannot be seen by the convent. The nuns never come near.
The convent? A place no man comes near. This place could be our salvation. The difficulty is to remain.
Or the difficulty is getting out.
Getting out?
Yes, sir. I mean, if you wish to stay here at the convent, I can ask the prioress if you can stay here and work here as a gardener. I would be happy to do so. But if she was to see you before she gave her permission, that would be the end of that.
Very well, Father. I understand.
Your little one is still asleep.
Yes.
She's your daughter. Or perhaps you are a grandfather, that is.
Yes, indeed. Her name is Cosette.
The prioress is calling. I will ask her if she'll give you an audience in the morning. I would say that you are my cousin. I will be back presently. Oh, if you are hungry, there's wine, bread and cheese. Come in, prioress! All is arranged. The prioress will meet you at 10 o'clock in the morning. And then we can sneak you out the grounds without anybody knowing. One of the old nuns has passed away this morning. So they will be at prayers at 8 o'clock. It will be the perfect opportunity to sneak you both out.
Wonderful. Thank you, Father Fauchelevent. All will go well.
Yes. Provided nothing goes wrong, of course.
In the months following, Javert patrolled the convent area on a regular basis, but to no avail.
The years passed, during which Cosette and Jean Valjean lived happily in the sanctuary of the convent of the Perpetual Adoration in Rue Petit-Picpus.
However, he began to realize that Cosette had a right to know life on the outside.
So he resolved to quit the safety of the convent. After all, who would recognize him now?
When old Fauchelevent died, Jean Valjean humbly offered the sum of 5,000 francs, to the convent for its continuance, and so
He and Cosette left the convent in 1829 after a period of 6 years.
He then hired 3 apartments in different districts of Paris under the name of Monsieur Leblanc, independent gentleman.
all this for the sake of escaping from the police, and in particular, Javert.
One was a unique house that had 2 entrances, one that opened onto the Rue de Babylon and another that opened by a large gated garden onto the Rue Plumet. A secret corridor linked the two portals.
And he installed himself there with Cosette and a living housekeeper.
Jean Valjean did not appear in the open air without profound anxiety. His paranoia knew no bounds.
Little did he know that a young man was to enter their lives who would change them, but not necessarily for the worse.
Marius, my dear grandson, I have today received this letter. You must set out for Vernon tomorrow morning.
Vernon? Why, sir?
See your father.
Why should I want to see him? He never makes any effort to see me.
Marius, you know how little regard I have for your father or what he stands for. However, it appears that he is very ill. Set out tomorrow morning.
Very well, I will go.
Marius, please know that I am very sorry.
Even though Marius grew up in his grandfather, Monsieur Gillenormand's care, he was not an orphan. His real father
Lived in very sad circumstances in the nearby town of Vernon. Practically a hermit.
Georges Pontmercy had had a heroic career as a soldier in Napoleon's army. He was a loving father.
Unable to bear total separation from his child, he slipped into mental despair.
Physical ruin, and just before Marius arrived to visit him, passed away.
Marius was given a letter, written to him in the colonel's handwriting a few days before his death.
For my son Marius, the Emperor made me a baron on the battlefield of Waterloo. Since the Restoration disputes my right to this title, which I purchased with my blood, my son shall take it and bear it. That he will be worthy of it is a matter of course.
I beg your pardon, sir, for disturbing your prayers. You mustn't be intrusive. I will explain myself. You see, I'm the church warden here, and rather attached to this place.
I can understand why, sir. It is a beautiful place.
Indeed it is. It seems to me the Mass is better from here.
That much I can believe. It is the same church which I have attended Mass for as long as I can remember.
No, you misunderstand, my boy. What I mean is the Mass is better from this particular seat here. Allow me to explain. You see, it is from this seat I watched a poor, brave father come to this church for the past 10 years. He had no other way of seeing his child, you see, because he was prevented by family history. He came at the hour when he knew his son would be brought to Mass. The little one never suspected his father was there. He hid behind a pillar so he might not be seen and gazed at his child and wept. He adored that little fellow. I could see that poor man. And this spot has become sanctified in my sight as a result.
That is a sad story, sir. Did you know this man?
Yes, I knew the unhappy gentleman. Yes, he had a father-in-law and other relatives who threatened to disinherit him if he, the father, saw him. He sacrificed himself in order that his child might be rich and happy one day. You see, they were separated by political opinions. Certainly I approve of political opinions, but there are some people who just do not know when to stop. Oh dear, a man is not a monster because he fought at Waterloo.
Waterloo?
He was one of Bonaparte's colonels. He lived at Vernon and tended the most beautiful garden there. You see, I too have a great love for flower gardens. I came to admire that man in every respect. Alas, I believe he is dead now. His name was Pontmercy.
Did you say Pontmercy from Vernon?
Yes.
Sir, he was my father.
I know. I watched you grow as a child. I always hoped you'd be reunited with your father someday, but alas, I now believe that is too late. Dear child, you may be certain you had a father who loved you.
Are you certain of all that you say, monsieur?
I'm quite certain, dear boy. Quite certain.
Then this is altogether wonderful, yet tragic.
To think I've lived in the knowledge that my father cared nothing for me. And yes, it was my grandfather who was the villain all along. Monsieur, what is your name?
People call me Father Mabeuf.
I'm deeply indebted to you, Father Mabeuf. Will you please excuse me? I must go and find out all I can about him. It is the very least I can do for him. Good day, Father Mabeuf.
Good day. May God go with you, dear boy.
Marius read all that he could to gain a full knowledge of the rare, sweet man who had been his father.
With each passing day, a deep resentment of his grandfather grew. However, he did not reveal this.
Marius made his appearances at breakfast. When his grandfather couldn't find him around the house during the day, he would dismiss his absence, saying, "It appears it is an affair of passion."
It was a passion, and Marius was on the high road to adoring his father.
You have studied much and become familiar with your father's life and history. You are to be commended for this marriage. But do not chastise yourself for what has gone before. Your father would not want that.
Father Mabeuf, I have fallen out with my grandfather. This morning he demanded an audience with me, and I confronted him about my father. We argued. I said many things to cause offence, and he's threw me out. I have 30 francs, my watch, and a few clothes in a bag. What is to become of Marius now?
Your life is ahead of you, dear boy, and I am here to help you. Rest assured, Marius is going to be fine. Come.
In early 1832, Marius completed his studies and qualified as a lawyer. It was whilst he was studying that he met with a young man named Courfeyrac, who was to become his closest friend.
Courfeyrac was a member of a society known as the Friends of the Abbés, derived from les abbés, the debased ones. Quite simply, they were
A student society in the state of embryo that wished to elevate the people.
And the Friends of the ABC held meetings in the back room of the Café Massin in the Latin Quarter.
Here they smoked and drank and gambled and laughed. And here are the names of the principal ones.
Enjolras, Courfeyrac, Conter, Combeferre, and Champleferre.
These young men formed a sort of family through the bond of friendship. For many months,
Marius would meet with the Friends of the Abbés to discuss law, politics, and matters of the world.
One day, on his way to the Café Massin near the Luxembourg Gardens.
There he is. Marius, there you are! What's the matter with you? You look like you've seen a ghost.
Why don't you come and dine with us tonight, eh, Marius?
Yes, and then we'll go to the play at the Port Saint-Germain. I've heard it is most amusing.
Any tickets for the play for me?
Oh, not this time, little Gavroche. Perhaps next week. Come to the Café Massin, I'll see what I can do for you. Here. Take a few sous and treat yourself with bacon. Run along now.
Thank you, Mr. C. See you next week then.
See you. Bye,
Gavroche. Come, Marius. Join us and tell us about the women in your life.
Yes. Have you not noticed how so many of their heads turn as he passes in the street?
He is right, Marius. I hate to admit it, but he is indeed right.
Really? Well, I have not noticed such a thing.
Oh, perhaps that is it, gentlemen. His modesty is our undoing.
Never! No woman can resist the charm of Courfeyrac.
Even if the fair Marius
Come, gentlemen. Let us dine, watch the play, and then drink until breakfast at the Café Massin, huh?
Ah, show me the wine.
Come, gentlemen, let us away to dinner and drink.
Summer passed, then autumn, then winter. Despite always looking, Marius did not chance to see the young girl or her chaperone again.
Thenceforth, Marius had but one thought, to gaze once more on that sweet and adorable face. He sought constantly, he sought everywhere.
He found nothing. Marius was no longer the enthusiastic dreamer, the bold defier of fate.
a young spirit encumbered with projects, plans, and ideas. He was a lost dog.
He fell into a black melancholy. All was lost, he thought incessantly, for he could not think otherwise.
However, he no longer took pleasure in his thoughts.
What is the use? Why reproach yourself, my friend?
Why did I follow her? I was so happy at the mere sight of her, and she looked at me. Was that not immense? It's my own fault. The father must have grown suspicious of me and has kept her away ever since.
Take heart, all the same, Marius. All lost women are found.
Until tomorrow, Marius. See you at the Café Massa, 7 o'clock.
Hello, sir. Are you quite well?
Hello? Yes, forgive me if I appear distracted.
Of course. Pay no heed to me. May I ask what book it is you're reading then?
Oh, it's a book about law.
I know how to read. I do. And I know how to write too. Tell me, do you ever go to see the play?
Sometimes, yes.
I do. My brother is friends with the artiste, and he gets me tickets sometimes. But I don't like the benches in the galleries much. It is cramped and uncomfortable there, and there are rough people there. People who smell bad. I see you often, walking around the Luxembourg Gardens.
Yes, it's become a favourite place of mine.
Tell me, why do you seek that man and his beautiful daughter?
Excuse me.
I've seen you looking for them many a time.
I don't suppose you know of this man and his daughter. Have you ever seen or spoken with her?
No, but she is indeed adorable. So beautiful, sir.
Or do you by any chance know her name? Or his?
No, I don't. Do you know, sir, that you are a very handsome fellow? But you are grieved. It is plain. I do not want you to be grieved. Can I be of any service? Employ me. I do not ask for your secrets. You need not tell them to me, but I may be of some use nevertheless. I help my father, when it is necessary, to go to houses, to carry letters, to find addresses, to follow anyone. I can be of service. Make use of me.
Regarding this man and his daughter, do you by any chance know their address?
No, I don't. I'm sorry to say.
Do you think you could find it for me?
Is that what you want?
Oh, yes. More than anything. Can you do this for me, please?
You shall have the beautiful lady's address, sir. We'll get it. Haven't you going to tell me what we're doing here in the Rue Saint-Germain? Oh, you better not drag me here on some trivial matter, or I'll take what little you have between your legs and I'll...
Listen, there's a bloke. Comes here regularly at midnight on a Wednesday. I've been following him for weeks, but only tonight I see his face for him. Blow me, if it isn't the bloke. Stole the little lark, as it was always years ago.
Are you sure?
It's been 8 years behind you. I recognised him at all once. Here comes Montparnasse. I sent him ahead to lay the ground, so to speak.
And now, Jackie says, all the cats are here. All is set up as per the plan.
Good news, Montparnasse. He should be here any minute.
Here comes the man now, quick, back!
Come to me! Away, quickly! Good morning, monsieur. How's life been treating you these past 8 years?
Who are you? What do you mean by this?
My name round these parts is Jondrette, but my real name is Thénardier, the innkeeper of Montfermeil. Now do you know me? Mr. Giver of Dolls, Mr. Philanthropist, now do you see who I am?
I see that you are a villain.
Villain! We went bankruptcy. We had to go into hiding. We don't have a single sou.
Do you expect me to believe that? People such as you?
Now then, mister. You say what you have to say. Before we do what we have to do.
Don't harm him yet. Give us. Search him, Montparnasse. What? No pocketbook? No what? Stand back. Let me speak with the gentleman. See if we can arrange this in an amicable way. You see, monsieur, I am not a greedy man. I only want 200,000 francs in exchange for Cosette.
You mean in exchange for Cosette?
You'll see. Now, if you'll have the goodness to write down what I'm about to dictate to you.
How do you expect me to write? I'm bound.
Oh, of course, monsieur. Well, that's on time. Now, right. My dear daughter, I am in absolute need of you. Come immediately. The woman who will bring you this note is instructed to escort you to me. I'm waiting for you. Now sign it. An address. My wife will take it to Cosette. If you attempt to have me arrested, my comrade here will give a turn of his thumb to the little lark. It's all very simple.
Hold on in there! This is the police! Do not move! There are many of us, there are few of you. I assure you it is less unhealthy. Ah, John Drett and your venomous wife. I can only assume you are the notorious Montparnasse. I can tell you were overheard plotting to kidnap and assault a wealthy man. You did so and brought him here. Tell me, where is the man you kidnapped?
What man, Inspector? We've no hostage here. Feel free to have a look about.
Do not waste my time. What was the name of the man you held here?
I know not of whom you speak, Inspector. Therefore, how can I possibly give you a name?
Officers, conduct me to the jailhouse. I'll join you there.
Inspector! We kidnapped